I fleeted up as a police transition team leader, and that one is a entirely different kind of deployment than what most people have done. If you haven't been an advisor, it's probably kind of hard to understand how removed you are in some ways from the Marine Corps. You're integrated into the Marine Corps team on the ground over there, but your mission is so different than what the infantry is. You're there to develop the Iraqi police forces, for what my team was doing, and we deployed to Al-Qaim, which is a town on the Syrian border, about 200 miles away from where my boss was located in Ramadi, fairly independent duty. And though there was an infantry company there and an infantry battalion a couple hours away by vehicle, we didn't report to them. So my boss, interacted with me by phone. The guidance was fairly general. The 110 times that we went outside the wire, I never received an order that said, this is the day you're supposed to go out, this is where you're supposed to go, this is what you're supposed to do. I got very, very general guidance, which sounded a whole lot more like increase the conviction rate in Al-Qaim, increase the proficiency of the police force, reduce corruption when you can, targets of opportunity, those kinds of things. But it was all very, very general guidance. And that's something that took a lot more getting used to, because up to that point in the Marine Corps, I was very used to being in an infantry chain of command structure, having somebody right there telling me exactly what I needed to be doing every day. We're giving me pretty easy guidelines for me to follow. And that deployment also was the first time I really got to lead a small unit, independent of the Marine Corps, away from anybody else too, and that has its own advantages. Especially, I was a senior captain, bucking major, getting ready to pin on major, and we don't usually get to play with small units like that. Usually, you get put in charge of a company or larger at that point. So I got to kind of go back to my roots a little bit and get to know every single member of a 13-man team, and as the only officer on the team as well, that's also unique. It was the first time I'd really been deployed away from any other officers that I was responsible to, or peers that I was really working alongside on a regular basis. The company commander on that camp became one of my best friends, but again, his mission was very different than mine, and he was there to really back me up if I got into trouble, and I provided a lot of intelligence to him, but his role was changing because of the drawdown as well. Then that deployment, obviously the subject of an award that I received as well. I took 13 men over there, and I wrote up 9 medals for the team. So including mine, there were nine medals for valor awarded for a couple of actions that happened during that deployment. I'd say that's probably one of the more positive experiences I've had in the Marine Corps. Probably the most rewarding experience I've had. Also the most difficult for a lot of different reasons in combat, including losing one of the Marines on the team under fire as well, and taking a couple of wounded about a year ago. I was presented a Bronze Star with V for what happened over there. But what's most important to me is that these young Marines that I had the privilege of leading over there are honored for what they did. Because, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be sitting here today if they hadn't done what they did. And they're also the reason that I do what I do every single day as well. So I just really hope that people understand that when officers receive these kinds of awards, they are always coming with the sacrifices of those young Marines and sailors that we lead over there.